Okay. All right. Listen to me. A very wealthy guy who is on his deathbed decided to tell me something. And I was like, wait, what? Okay, listen. Do you know we're all going through a crisis? It doesn't matter what age you are. Everybody in America is going through a crisis. But it's not the crisis they're telling you about on TV. And you're not going to hear about it, but you have heard about it. You thought it was called a midlife crisis. See, when I was growing up, a midlife crisis was when you had sex with your secretary and you bought a red sports car. I didn't know what that meant. No. Here's your crisis. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? And who lied to me? Okay, we're all told, at least us, we're told, go to school, get good grades, get better grades when you go to college, gotta get in good college, and then you go get a really good job, entry-level job. Then you work up to manager, then you work up to supervisor, and then you work at your job for 30 years because you're so grateful for that. And then you get your pen or your watch, then you retire, and thank God you have some money to retire on. By the time you're 40, 50, you realize this whole thing was BS. And then you're going through a crisis. No. Here's the thing. You can go through this crisis at 16, 28, 30, 40. It doesn't matter. When you see it, you can. Do you know why there is a crisis? It's because the 99% were given a completely different script than the 1%. They don't tell their kids this. All the stuff we've been told, generation on what to do in this life. And even though we saw better, progress, we thought it was working. The 1% are never told to do any of these things. They don't tell their kids to get into a really good school and get good grades. That's just guaranteed. They don't even tell their kids to follow the law. They tell their kids to know the law. They don't have to follow it. They tell their kids, if you get in trouble, call me first. Let me know. That's their indoctrination to the law. And that is why you go through this crisis. That is why there's a Gen Z stare. Because the Gen Zers already see the BS that is not working. They see the script and like, this script doesn't make sense. That's why they're staring at us. Like, oh my God, you're falling for this? You guys are falling for it? They don't have anything to say to any of the generation. They're like, are you guys crazy? And that's why Alpha are going 6'7", this is bull. Even the kids see this bull mess because the script doesn't work. The 99% script, it's fizzling out and we're seeing the BS for what it is. We have to change our script and start adopting the 1%. Now, I know we don't have their economic means to do so, but we can do things and change our script. I'm changing mine in my house. I am changing the script on our descendants. Read between the lines, connect the dots, get there faster. You are loved. You are blessed, and you are never alone. God bless you, humans.
Like, bro, we are not supposed to be living and working so damn hard to die. Like, it cannot be. And me coming to Thailand, I've already thought this, but it slows everything down enough to be like, damn, like, what do we be doing? We really just running like some rats on a fucking one of them little wheels. Cause look what I'm doing, like just being able to slow down. It's a luxury that so many people will never be able to experience, and that is not okay. Like me even just going on a walk to go see something that's beautiful. Like imagine creating a whole world that creates fruits, vegetables, all type of mystical ass shit, lightning, snowflakes. And I know this might go over a lot of people's heads. So look, don't come over here with all that. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But to say, I see people slow down enough. Most people in America, we don't even slow down enough. You don't even know what color the eyes of the person you just sit up there and rang up 30 minutes worth of groceries to. You don't know the people that you meet. Most times you pay no mind to people. People are not even slowing down enough to actually acknowledge life. That's just what it is. Most people are not even acknowledging that they exist, and the beauty around them is crazy to me. It's crazy. But this is beautiful. What type of life is it to always be different? Oh shit, a different life. The damn what's that thing called? Y'all see this shit? The lady was like, hey girl, pay attention. Yeah, that felt like somebody ran and smacked down another shoulder, but hey, I guess that's nature. Anyways, the world that we get to experience when we slow down enough to really just be like, damn, this is what, look at how beautiful music is. I could create this. Look at how beautiful this land is. I could draw this, I could do this, I could do that. Like everything around us is screaming in creation and art and beauty and patience. But we don't even have enough. Like they have us. How are we having to work to live when we born to live? I don't get it. And I understand it be systems so things can go whatever, but It's like, how does it go on so long where we do not question these systems and things are not changed when majority of people really do think that living has something to do with everything external to them? Like, people really don't think that it's more about what it is you slow down to see. People really don't feel like that. And it's like, you can own all of this stuff. Imagine you experience none of it. Because there's been times where I've been very present. I feel like the experience was an experience. And there's been times where I've been out of my head in some whole other sorts. Just, I'm in the moment, going with the flow. But like, I'm not really experiencing what's happening. And to be able to slow down and experience life, it's a blessing. Because you cannot 1,000,000% say that you will see this ever again, or that it exists ever again the way it is in front of you. Anyways, like, check out, follow more. Don't be hating about follow more. Love.
You're supposed to get a bunch of degrees because getting all those degrees are what's going to put you further into debt. And then a lot of times it's hard to find a job in said degree later on, but that's another subject for another day. You're supposed to get the house with the white picket fence because that is another debt trap, especially nowadays where the taxes on the house increase like substantially each year, where people are hardly able to keep up with the taxes on the house rather than the mortgage payment itself. That's another trap. You're supposed to get married so that you can belong to someone, so that you can be property to someone. And then you're making bigger expenses together because you're a married couple and you feel more safe with the other person's income being there, which ends up getting you to have lifestyle creep where your expenses creep up on your behind because you're spending so much money because you feel so safe and now you're in more debt. Then you're supposed to have kids who have expenses and you want to take care of as long as you can. You want to put them in the best schools. You want to send them off to college. You want to still support them after they turn 18. You still want to do things for them. Yet another debt trap. I'm not saying that any of these things are mistakes. I'm saying make sure you actually want them before you embark on these journeys, because there are ways to make really good money or comparable money to educated people without going to get a degree. There are ways to have a nice home that you enjoy that doesn't have the white picket fence and doesn't cost you $600,000 plus the increase in taxes every year. There's ways to experience relationship and love and even just community that's not romantic without being married. There's ways to experience the joys of being a parent or a guardian or a guider in life of children without actually becoming a parent. There's ways to enjoy symbols in life that don't cost as much as the big status symbols like fancy cars and handbags. There's ways to get to all of the same or similar things that don't include all of the debt that you accumulate when doing it. And that's the part that they don't want you to know. Because if you knew it, then you wouldn't be a part of the machine anymore.
I'm not sure how much more of this fucking rat race I can take. We're all just a bunch of rats. It's embarrassing. People just rushing their ass off in the morning, just like everyone's not half asleep. We're all half asleep out here, just driving, just trying to get to work, just trying to clock in. Literally do anything it takes to fulfill your purpose, to get out of this fucking race. You can't just get on here and complain about it like, oh, I'm literally doing something about it in my life. Like I said, I'm putting myself on a time crunch, man. 6 months to a year, I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this shit. I've got everything right there. Right there. And you do too. There are things, I don't even know you. I don't need to know you. Everyone has it. Everyone has something. Get out of this shit. If you are suffering, if you are having such a hard time, like the vast majority of this country, I live in America, and this isn't a stab to my job. This isn't a stab to Red Bull. I like my job. Like, it's cool. It's not the job itself. It's the system that's built around the job. It's the system built around it, and like the routines and the scheduling, the time spent away from our families and our purpose, as I have emphasized. Anyway, fuck this shit. I gotta go.
Something that people really appreciate seeing is the true cost of living crisis that is currently taking place here in the United States, and not from what you see on mainstream media, but from personal testimonies, people that are sharing online their real world struggles of what's going on in their everyday life.
So we're in Walmart shopping, and it is unbelievable how expensive food is. I don't know how people are surviving because food is just so expensive. You know, and we don't make more money, but everything goes up, and I don't understand how people are surviving, because I'm barely, and between my wife and I, we make okay money, I guess. But I guess it's not okay nowadays because literally everything is so expensive. We're getting like 4 bags full of shit for $200-300. It's disgusting, and I'm over it.
I would love to know how everybody's affording to live. I sent my fiance, because they're still fiancés because weddings are ridiculous, but I sent him out to the store. I asked for garbage bags, I asked for 2 rolls of paper towels, and I asked for 2 vitamin waters. I said, go into my wallet, there's $30, take it, so we don't use the credit card because that's probably at the max. And he gets back, and I'm like, okay, where's the change? He's like, what change? It was $34. I said, $34? What the f did you even get? If everyone's saying, oh, well, just use reusable paper towels. Listen, babe, we're not doing that. We tried that method. It doesn't work for this family. The juices spill in and everything else. The main point is that it shouldn't cost $34 for 4 things, okay? I want to know, how are we affording to live? Because I'm 2 seconds away from a mental break.
About to lose my shit. I'm about ready to blow a gasket. I swear, I am. I just got off the phone with my mortgage company, right? Because they called me. I was like, why my mortgage company calling me? I'm up to date on everything. Everything's cool, right? You know, I just checked my bank account to make sure the payment came out. I actually sent them $890 instead of $840, which, you know, is what I'm supposed to send them. And they called me up, and I'm like, yeah, what's going on? They're like, well, Mr. Hayes, we're calling to let you know that as of November 1st, your mortgage payment's going to be going from $840 a month to $991 a month. And I was like, for what? They're like, well, you're $900 short in escrow. And I was like, what do you mean I'm $900 short in escrow? How is that possible? How? Explain it to me. They go, well, your homeowner's insurance went from $2,600 a year on up to $3,400 a year. I said, for what? I haven't had any claims. I haven't had any issues or pop up or anything like that. What do you mean? Why has it gone up so much? Well, Mr. Hayes, you're going to have to call your insurance company for that. So now I'm going to have to call my insurance company to find out why in the my insurance went up so much to cause my mortgage payment to go from $841 a month to $991 a month. I mean, I'm barely making it as it is right now. Barely. I mean, we ain't doing bad, but we ain't doing great. Man.
Is anyone else just tired, just exhausted? The system that we live in today, the world that we live in today, I really do not think that it was meant for humans to live like this. We have a world where all we do is chase paper, gold at $4,300 an ounce, or almost. For what? You can't eat it. We have a system where we run. For what? I don't think it's natural for humans to live like this. Everyone is either addicted to caffeine, nicotine, alcohol, working out, just you name it. Everyone has some sort of way to get a dopamine high, and it seems so unnatural. And I think it is unnatural. Just wondering, anybody else feeling that way, thinking that, or is it just me?
Serious question, and how are people affording anything in 2025? I'm having surgery in 2 weeks on my neck, so I was told to get certain types of shirts so it wouldn't bother the area. I go to Goodwill. I'm looking at prices, $9.99 for used shirts that are of no brand of value at all anywhere. Like, maybe it was Target. I don't even know. I probably could go to Target and get it for free. But seriously, how is it that I have just gotten priced out of a thrift store? Not only that, I cannot remember the last time I actually went out and had a meal in a restaurant. We do not order out. We don't even get pizza because we're trying to save everything for 2025 with all of my health stuff. I am so sick of my own cooking. You have no idea. I'm a bad cook, and I am so freaking tired of my own food. But how do people afford to go to a restaurant, sit down, and have a meal? Like, that is a foreign concept to me at this point. And I can't remember the last time I went and saw a movie in a theater.
You can hear the exhaustion in their voices. That's not laziness. That's survival talking. It's the sound of people doing everything right and still falling behind. When your mortgage jumps by $100 for no reason, when even goodwill feels like luxury, that's not a budgeting issue. That's a broken system. And the worst part? Everyone is so tired that they think it's normal now. You see videos like this and realize it's not just one person struggling, it's millions. And no one in power seems to feel it.
Because they don't have the responsibility to work how we work. Welcome to the channel. Thank you guys for being patient. I'm trying to work on getting better at editing. Ran into a few hiccups. There's companies out there that try, if not they do, put copyright claims on free public domain videos and claiming to own videos that they do not make themselves and claiming that they're in representation of the owner of the video, even though it's a POV version from a phone from someone that's in America and they're from the UK. I'm not going to say their name, but they know exactly who they are. Let's get to the topic at hand. Number one, this right here, I've always thought like this, but it was kind of one of those things that you don't really like act on per se, right? The rat race. It's crazy because in my profession, you know, I'm with a lot of seniors, okay? And it's not all of the seniors. Some of them do get it. But I want to state this. The baby boomers F this country and economy up so bad, I don't think there's no way to fix it, okay? We are in a position right now as millennials, because I'm a millennial, was born in 88, and the Gen Z, and I think the tail end of some Gen Xers. I'm not sure. I think that's like slightly below baby boomers or something like that. But we've been finagled into, like, I always wonder why you gotta. I'm like, God didn't put us here to clock into somebody. I'm not saying you don't have to put in any labor to get progression in life. You know what I mean? But the rat race, the corporate mindset, working for someone and receiving benefits at the term of your life, that whole system was not even designed for us. The baby boomers are the only ones benefiting from it. They don't care. They have ran this country with their voting decisions into the ground. There's no way that us as millennials even had a chance when they're buying houses back then for $10,000, $9,000, and the medium cost of a house right now is around $150,000 on the low end. And the jobs are not paying enough to even support that, but the rent is more expensive than the mortgages are. It don't make sense. None of this makes sense. It's not fair. And I don't blame anybody that don't want to sign up for this shit. It's not right. It's kudos to anybody that see more than what they're told to do. So I asked one of these guys about, like, you know, what do you guys think about this and da 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 da. They say, oh, you know, you just got to get a job. You got to work. No. You don't have to clock into a machine that a man made. You shouldn't have to. God did not put us here to do that. God did not put you here to work on a conveyor line for packaging donuts. He did not do that. That is man-made. All of the people at the top, they probably work full-time 8 days a year while we down here struggling for crumbs. But then yet, you have a lot of people too that voted against their own interests. Hence the reason why this situation keeps getting worse. Nothing about the man that's in office through his business records or history proved that he was the man equipped to get us back to where Barack Obama had us. And people thought that that was a good thing to do. Let's put a businessman, a failed businessman, in charge of our economy and money, and he'll do the right thing with it. They don't care about us. He's a boomer too. They do not care. White, black, green, yellow, it does not matter. If you are middle class and under, you're on the shit list. That's it. That's it, bro. And y'all wondering why everybody's exhausted. All of these people that are speaking in this video, they have valid reasons to feel how they feel. These are valid. Every single one of them. All of these are valid reasons. For what? You're working for a company that sells energy drinks. It's nothing glorious about it, even if you do make $200K a year. What is the purpose, though? We were not put here to be working to enrich billionaires. But again, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to stay on topic with this, right? It's so hard. The affordability for people right now. A bag of, I think it was like a bag of groceries for me, just say like random, like celery, some granola bars, pack of cheese, and probably, you know, some orange juice and some eggs, right? Used to run me about, all of that used to run about like $9, $10 a year or two ago. That same itemized stuff right now is running like $27, yo. It makes no sense. Big shouts outs to the Gen Zers, the young cats, because they the ones leading on this. I agree with them. You shouldn't have to do this. Why are we doing this? I'm not saying that you shouldn't have to contribute to society. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying lay around and be a bum. Don't get that. Right? What I'm saying is we're working toward nothing. How many times have us millennials heard growing up that there's not going to be Social Security when we get old enough? What the fuck you mean? I'm sitting here contributing and working since I'm 12 years old. What you mean? There's not going to be any Social Security for you guys. What type of shit is that? But then they'll turn around and say, we're not working hard enough. I had to have 4 side hustles on top of what I'm already doing now just to pay bills, yo. And I don't live outside of my means. What I don't know. I don't know. It's hard enough to, you know, like pay for groceries, and then insurance rates are going up. I had to speak with an insurance with my insurance company for my truck. And I don't have a truck, I have an SUV. I have a Tahoe. But it's considered a truck, but it's not really a truck. Whatever. Argue with your mom about it, I don't give a shit. Okay. But anyway, my insurance last year for the vehicle, it was about $120, right? Full coverage, everything, covered, whatever. I have no accident history, whatever, no speeding tickets, nothing. And then I noticed that my premium had went up like $40. I'm like, what's this? And knowing how Geico is, they'll like have you pay lesser on some months, and then when your renewal comes up, you have to pay a bigger amount. So I thought maybe it was that. So I called the representative. I'm like, hey, why is my premium going up? What is that extra charge for? The answer was, well, because things are just getting more expensive. What does that have to do with my insurance? That has nothing to do with me. I have a great driving record. I don't have any marks on my license. I don't have any accidents reported. Nothing. Why is my insurance going up? Because everything else is going up. This is their reasoning. Because everything else is going up, They feel that they can just do what they want to do. And then us small people that don't have the legal means or the support to fight it, we can't do anything. The same thing with the same thing with the electric companies, the insurance companies, the groceries. We literally have no control over that. Then you have these people that turned around and voted to make this worse. Are y'all feeling the effects? How is this affecting you and your family? Are you guys even affected? Do you know someone that's affected? Have you helped someone that's affected? Because we all gonna be affected. Because I know ain't no millionaires watching my shit. Has nothing to do with work ethic. You gotta have 5 hustles just to maintain what a single family home and one income did for the boomers in 1940, 50. But they say we got it easy. Nah. Let me know what y'all think, man. Ayo Bassel TV, like, comment, share. Also, you video pirates that do not own videos, stay away from my channel. Your false copyright claims, I'm gonna come right for your neck. See y'all in a minute. Peace.